Hi, it's Hazel, and welcome to my channel, Hazel and Aka Design. This is going to be a quick video. I think that perhaps that is a trend that I'm going to try to follow, making shorter videos. I know that everyone's time is precious, and even though I'm very grateful when you choose to spend some of your time with me, yeah, we can probably tighten things up a bit. I have been thinking about self-covered buttons, and I believed that I had a whole bunch in my, thrifted sewing supplies, but apparently not. But sometimes when you think about something, you can manifest it in your life. Anyway, the other day I found some packages. Most of them I think were started, and you'll see that in an upcoming thrift haul. Some of these kits. Now, I had never seen this kind before, and I'll get to that. These are the more, this is the more familiar type that comes with this little rubber doohickey and this little metal doohickey. And those are technical terms, so you might want to make note of that. Anyway, I thought, okay, where could I get some fabric scraps? Like everywhere. So I picked out some fabrics last night, and I was just, trying to make sure that I knew exactly what I was doing and it was smooth and turning out the way I hoped. I picked some fabric that I obviously have and like. I think that when all is said and done, I prefer the ones that are more graphic. Now, you probably this maybe looks like an unhealthy eyeball or something. In fact, this was a flower. But of course, by the time you cut it down or, complete the thing, it becomes quite a bit smaller. This was, I don't know how well the color and everything is showing, but I love this fabric, but again, it's such a small sample of it that it doesn't really show. Now, of course, none of these will be wasted. These buttons do end up with they're a shank style button, but you can see they're not, and of course, unless you were planning to sew it onto something, a person could easily snip that off with wire cutters and make it even flatter. You can see that they're not particularly thick. Now, I didn't use very thick fabric either. That was a conscious choice I made. So let's do a few. Now, I could have done this, I'm sure, for days because it's one of those, easy, no-brainer things. But to speed things up, I did select some fabric, and in some cases I cut it out. Now, I want to say that on these instruction cards they have these circle templates. So for instance, I guess both packages are number 30, which is 3/4 of an inch. So I assumed that 30 was the size to use. So I didn't want to cut this up. I just didn't want to cut it up. So what I did was measure the diameter of the circle. I have a circle template. Now the 30 corresponds to 34. Is that right? Let me just lay that down. I mean, it obviously worked. Yeah, close enough. 34 millimeters. So this is what I used to draw my circles. And I was using like just a pen. And I tried to remember to always do it on the back side. I mean, not that it would probably show. Some I cut out ahead of time, not very carefully, as you can see. Some where I was really using a small scrap, the edge is a bit frayed. But anyway, let us do this. So this is very light, delicate print. I don't even know if I got the right side up, but so basically you take your rubbery thing here center the piece of fabric in it, push this part, like what will end up being the actual button part, down into the form, and you can see that it sort of gathers up the edges. So then you need the shank part, which you then put on top of that and press it down. And then this thing. Now they say, you know, use a wait, how do they say it? Using the pusher and a spool of thread snap all the way down in the shell. So I guess they're calling this part the shell. Anyway, I didn't want to bother looking for that, so I just had these wooden clothes pegs handy, so I was just able to sort of press down on this. And it doesn't take a great deal of effort. And then you just pop it out. Voila. So, because we have some time, let's do a few more. Now, this is from one of those men's hankies, you know, sort of those cowboy-looking hankies. And again, I'm thinking that I don't know what I'm going to do with these. Obviously, you can do them. You can do with them anything that you would do with any other button. I just thought that this was interesting or different because you get to color coordinate something. So for instance, if I had a fabric swatch or a ruffle or something done, say with this polka dot, then there would be, you know, I'd have a coordinating button. And that's why these things were invented in the first place. This is a fabric that I love and that I'm going to incorporate eventually into a project for myself. Oh, I should trim that excess off. And I guess I could cut on the line or closer to the line. This fabric has, I don't think I have a bigger piece of it to show you, but anyway, it's got a fair bit of black on it, and it's got kind of a metallic coppery thing happening as well. And that is probably my favorite metal color. And it kind of matches some of the stuff that is going on here in the house. So, okay. Now, again, I will be keeping my eyes peeled for more of these kits in the thrift store because they're fun, they're easy. You know, I don't know how old this is. There's no date on it, but you can see back in the day it cost 60 cents. So which now probably means it's about $45. But if you can find them used, oh, I should also show you the other style. Like I said, I have never used that, and I only have 2 of them, so I didn't want to try it without you watching. Could have been a wee bit neater on the edge there, but again, no one will see the bottom. But look, pretty. And I, of course, have another one ready to go. Here, oh, this is a smaller size. I'm not sure. I don't think I have I don't know which. Yeah, these packages are all from 3/4 of an inch, so this was clearly something smaller. And again, if you're not careful with your positioning off your, oh, that is not going to, I might not be able to do this. This is the only one of these I have. I do have this, but it's kind of, well, it's metal, it's shallow, it's bigger. I hope I don't ruin this, but anyway, what the heck, we can try. I believe, I think I remember that, you know, they always, if it was a different size button kit, it came with its own thingamajig. Anyway, I was saying, if you don't kind of think about where you're positioning, where you're making your circle, you may find that, geez, I wonder about this, guys. Oh, wouldn't it be good to put the fabric in first? Then this. No, that's wrong. No, that's right. Yoy. That's not going to work. Well, hell. Okay, I have to keep my eyes peeled for another kit that is smaller. So we can't do the small one, so set that aside. So let's try the one that I said is different, because I did promise that the video would be shorter than I tend to make them. Now this, oh, they also say that if you're using very thin, where did I read that? Okay, when using, if you're using lightweight materials, use 2 thicknesses or add crepe or tissue paper. With extra heavy materials, trim off excess materials so the button back can snap tight into place. Okay, so this style is what came, was this brand, Prims. Solid brass, rust proof, washable, dry cleanable. Oh my goodness, it's so versatile. Okay, so the difference here is that this thing has little teeth. And this is what the back part looks like. So it says to cut the circle of fabric using the pattern, center the button. Now with this, I can't really tell which is. I'm thinking this is the back. I'm going to make that the back, even if it isn't. Okay, center the button, stretch fabric over button on 4. I'd better make that smaller, because you have to stretch it. I think this is going to be an inferior way to do it, to be honest, because you have to stretch it so the teeth catch. Now, that means that the onus is on the operator to, you know, not distort the pattern or whatever. Oh, tell me I didn't cut too much off. Okay, so stretch. Okay, that seems to have caught. Oh, maybe it's not as bad as I thought. You just kind of work it around. Can you see? Mind you, you need 4 hands to do it, but other than that, it's a piece of cake, guys. Okay, so basically you just need it to sort of hold. You need it to hold. And this is probably not, this is such a loose weave here that maybe that's why I'm having a bit of an issue. Let's put that aside. Let's practice on something with a little more. I love this too. I think this was, I think I had a set of napkins or something with this fabric. So I'm going to stick to the circle that I've drawn here. And this is a tighter tighter woven fabric. So this should be, she said, hopefully, easier to work with. Oh, goodness. Okay, I hope these guys have gone out of business, because this is kind of stupid as far as I'm concerned. Maybe if I had a little assistance here from my scissors. I'll try to do opposite sides. Push it in so those teeth grab something. sure. I'm going to be a little choked if this doesn't work, because I probably paid 50 cents for this. Oh, dear. Come on. And it looks like something might be holding there, but almost seems like I don't have enough fabric on this side. And I don't know how much you can see, to be honest, with my fingers. And these scissors, if I could at least get it to hold in 2 places. Okay, I'm going to pull it this way. Okay, is anyone taking bets on who triumphs here? The button kit or Hazel? Hey, I can see the teeth shining through, so maybe I have. Oops. And the thing is, you definitely want all of it tucked in, because otherwise you'll end up with a sloppy edge around the... Yes, just stretch it until it, you know, they've got 3 bloody set, you know, 3, not 1, 2, 3 instructions, but it takes 3 times as long as the other way. Okay, I think that I could live with that. So then you snap on the back plate. Well, okay, and how exactly do you do that? Maybe that's where this came in. Oh, no. Okay, so this, I'm sure they want their name showing the right way, so this is how it goes on. I might have had that upside down. Oh my goodness. And I didn't even bring a hammer. Let me try my other thing here. Maybe that would work. Doesn't exactly line up, but woo! Oh, hey. More luck than brains on that one, I'd say. Anyway, okay. I don't know about you, but I'm pooped. I would say that this is a lousy choice of fabric. So let me throw that one away. And let me pick one of my others. This is a silk, if you can imagine. So let's just trim this. I'm going to do this second one and call it a day, because I don't want you to think that that was a fluke. I want you to understand that I'm totally in charge of the situation here, and I know exactly what I'm doing, and no damn little button thingamajigger is going to wear me down. Okay, so center the button. Stretch. Okay, look, that seems to have caught. Oh, she spoke to, oh, maybe it did. Boy, just barely. Okay, that seems to be working a bit better. but I hardly have anything holding on this side, so let me just rip that off, because I think that, okay, I'll tell you right now, do not use, well, number one, don't don't willingly buy this brand. Number two, if you do have it and are determined to use it, don't use something that frays easily, because this whole process of trying to get it hooked on these teeth you'll end up with something that's too small, is my guess. So what should have been a 15-minute video tops is going to turn into 45 minutes because of this goofy thing. And maybe there's a better tool for this than these point of these scissors, but it was handy, so maybe a seam ripper would have been a little smaller. See, it's barely catching on that side. But yet, you know, there's a fine line between having enough fabric to work with and making it so bulky that the back part doesn't fit and go in there. Yeah, pretty lopsided. Lord. Let's try something else. This time I'll cut it just a hair bigger than the circle. Okay. This one should be quite nice as well. Let's see if I have my seam ripper. Yes, I do. It might be a little too pointy though. Okay, try to get it centered this time. Maybe that's the trick. Stretch and then, oh, not very even. See, I'm pushing. Once I get this over the edge, I'm then sort of putting a little bit of force. Now do you see how it seems I have way too much fabric? So stretching so the front stays nice and tight. You know, it's only pride that is preventing me from, and the fact that you're watching, that is preventing me from flinging this across the room. I might have to create a playlist on my channel called Bloopers. Oh, do you see? We almost have success. Get this thing corralled in there. Now I am a little concerned by the amount of fabric here. Okay, come on. I'm worn out. Okay, so this is how it goes. Probably gonna have little bits to trim off. But anyway, let's get that thing on there. Or do they actually think, hey, did you hear that snap? Don't tell me you can just do it with finger strength. Kind of not very smooth around the edges. OMG. Okay, this is the brand you never, ever, ever, ever want to buy. Ever. This tailor form is the better one. Just make sure that you've got the little rubber doohickey in there. Okay, these are the completed ones. And frankly, I don't think that you should have to work up a sweat to make this happen. Anyway, okay, that was the purpose of this video. I'll try to find another kit for that smaller size. That must be a 1/2 inch or whatever those other ones are. Anyway, what I wanted to do is when I was cleaning or trying to get a little organized here in the studio and was handling either different sets of signatures or different covers that I've made over the last couple of years, I thought to myself, oh my goodness, I have so many started projects. I must buckle down and get some of these things done and completed and, move on to something new. So as I encountered something, I would make up a little piece of paper here and throw it in this little box. And this does not represent everything, let me tell you that. So what I thought I would do, because I can't edit and I can't pause and all of that stuff, I thought that at the end of just a generic video, I would, oh, that's a plain one, I would draw randomly, leave it to the universe, leave it to the, the journaling gods to decide what my next project should be, since I can't seem to do that on my own. And then just pick one, and then that in front of God and these witnesses, you guys, viewers, subscribers, that decides what my next project will be. So let's do this. So shuffle, 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 mix up, shuffle. I'm looking at the ceiling. Oh, there's some dead flies in the fixture. Oh, nice. Okay, this is what my next project will be come hell or high water. Pink, orange, ombre. Okay, I know what that means. I have a bunch of fabric covered, like covers made of fabric that I covered. So this is what I would call, well, it's a very sheer, it's a chiffon type material. And if I obviously don't have it beside me because I didn't know this is what I'd pick. I will commit to making this the next thing I work on. So hold me to it, watch for it, and if you see that I'm not doing what I promised, then just call me on it, okay? Anyway, thanks so much for joining me. I'm sorry you had to watch the struggle with the button kit, but hey, now you know not to spend your good hard-earned money on that particular style. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one, guys. Okay, bye.